Welcome back to Bite Size Geek. As the title has filled you in, this is a brief non-spoiler review of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This sequel was everything that I hoped it could be, as it follows up on one of Marvel's greatest movies to date, the first Black Panther film. Wakanda Forever is an incredible movie, thanks in no small part to the superb acting from Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda, Letitia Wright as Princess Shuri, Danai Gurira as Okoye, and Tenoch Huerta as Namor, your primary protagonists and antagonists, respectively. Its cinematography was breathtaking as the underwater scenes, while dark at times, were still very realistic in their depictions and very believable as location set pieces. The costume design by Ruth Carter was phenomenal, pushing the modern Afro-futurist style while still leaning heavily into its traditional African roots for the people of Wakanda and the Mesoamerican style that adorns Namor and the people of Tenoch. The direction by Ryan Coogler painted a very poignant picture and showcased the grief felt by those the Black Panther, as well as the actor Chadwick Boseman, left behind after he passed. The sorrow felt by those on screen was visceral, and I believed every moment, as I'm sure the actors and the characters they portrayed were able to tap into their real-life loss, as I too was moved to tears a few times during the screening of the film. It addresses the pain of death and loss, but balances that with acceptance, renewal, and finally growth. This is not your typical Marvel movie in regards to tackling those human frailties and strengths, as it utilizes a much more dramatic lens than your typical blockbuster movie. And I, for one, am really happy that Ryan Coogler was so deftly able to translate this to the screen in such a genuine and heartfelt manner. Tenoch Huerta, as Namor, is portrayed in a way that is easy to empathize with, as he's trying to protect his people and their way of life, even if the ends are not always justified by the means he utilizes. Namor can be menacing, but on the same token, you can readily put yourself into his green trunks because of his troubled history and the plight that he is currently faced with. The action sequences, while done well, are nothing truly groundbreaking, and maybe that's the point. Perhaps the primary idea of the film has already been addressed, and Coogler is using the numerous fights that occur to put a bombastic cap on the message that the movie has already gone over in earnest. I will leave you with this last small nugget. I recommend staying for the mid-credits scene at the end of the movie, as it puts a question or two to rest on T'Challa and his relationship with a certain someone. If you enjoyed the content, I welcome you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, thank you for joining us at Bite Size Geek. See you next time.